So you figured it out. You've got the training, you've come into your own, and you now know how to be a business owner to its maximum capacity. Congratulations. Get ready for the fall. Hey guys, Pete Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. By the fall, what I mean is when we come into this point of we have arrived, you can expect a fall, you can expect a major setback. If you are watching this video, more than likely you're training oriented, you're information oriented, you want to learn from other people, which is awesome because we all need this. You see, we need to look at external sources if we're really going to improve ourselves and really going to continue to grow as business owners, as individuals, as fathers and husbands or wives and mothers, whatever that happens to fit in your world. But the point is that there's no guru out there. There's nobody that knows it all. The reason I can speak with such conviction with my experience is because roughly 30 years ago, 1989, 1990, when I started my business, if you can screw it up, I did it. You know, if you can get it wrong, I got it wrong. If you can get it right, I got it right too, but it went through all of those. I had to go through those turbulent times in order to be able to speak with such authority in what I'm telling you. And that is the basic message of the HVAC greatness. If you want to extract your greatness, it's going to take work. It's going to take humility. And if you're arrogant, you already know it all, and I have arrived. I see these guys on social media a lot. They're very proud of what they've done, and I would be too. But when you tip towards arrogance, it's just a matter of time. And of course, jerks are successful, and we've seen that. This is why bosses are such jerks sometimes, because they figured out a way to behave in which they can get people to follow them in the fashion that they want it followed. At least it appears that way. And there's a huge measure of success to be had with that. But I think that the truly successful entrepreneur doesn't dictate his world. He attracts those who are wanting to join him on his path, on his journey. And that requires something special. That requires being a leader, not a boss. A leader may not be the biggest company in town, but they are the most respected. Or they should be. They are the honest ones. They have the integrity. They do things right. They charge for their services. Make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to be compensated in a fashion that's balanced for everybody. The customer gets everything that they deserve and more, and then the company gets compensated so that they can give their employees everything that they deserve and more. And so I wanted to introduce a concept to you that came from Napoleon Hill. It was one of his books, Think and Grow Rich, or how to Make Friends and Influence People, I think was the other. It was one of those. Anyway, he talked about a mental conference room, mental meeting room that he had created. And he was talking about where this was leaded. Now, you don't have to do this internally. You can do this externally. But what he did is he had people that he considered experts in different parts of life. I think one of his was Abraham Lincoln, because he really recommended that individual's position on integrity and doing things out that were right. And so in other categories of life. And for me, when I read that book, I kind of toyed with that, and it was really pretty powerful. So there was a guy that I really respected, who was a physical trainer and nutritionalist, and so he would attend my mental meeting, and I had people who, in various parts of life, that I truly respected, and I mentally would think, well, how would this person respond to this situation? And so there was this debate going on in my head, and I always knew the right thing to do. So I'm not saying that you should do that necessarily, but perhaps in the external world, you should be attracting different people that support your ideal on the way you would like to be, as a professional one day, not just as a business owner, but also as a professional person, a good father or mother, a good husband or wife, a good provider, right? A good boss or employer. Taking care of your physical part, taking care of your spiritual part, taking care of all the business strategies and motivations, and all of this stuff needs to come together if you're going to be successful. And it needs to be done in a way that is congruent with who you are as an individual. By congruency, I mean you're going in the same direction. When you're listening to people and they're not really speaking your language, or they'll say, I don't know, let's say you're motivated by just a delighted customer. Customers just love you because you did such a good job. And your instructor is saying, you're going to make that money. You got to get that money, right? And you feel that little twinge of incongruency. That's an indicator that you may want to only take part of that information to heart and remove the other part. You need to be you. You need to be you, and you need to be genuine. And because people can see your insincerity will bleed through, whether you're aware of it or not. And so this is why when you start to develop your company's culture, you're going to attract a certain type of people. And other people just are not going to want to work for you. They just don't fit, which is good. Got to be patient, got to attract the right people, but you're going to have your mental mind or your external group that you're interacting with on a regular basis if you're to grow. Now, if you already know it all, then good luck, go get them. But I'm here to tell you, get ready to bust your backside, because you will tumble one way or another. There's the illusion of that guy that's got everything, or that gal that's got everything together, and then they go home and their life's a disaster, or they're alcoholics, or they're drugs, or they're addicted to this, that, and the other. There's got to be a relief valve for all that pressure. You guys know as good as any from the physical standpoint. So just keep that in mind as you're moving forward. Continue to look at different resources, and outside of the HVAC, because if you're physically healthy and your energy is good, your mind is clear, and you can focus on where you want to take your business. And you can stop being reactive, putting out fires all the time, and start being proactive in building processes and systems that reflect your values better. So when you're out there, that's a good way to lead values. If you're out there and you interact with people that are honest and they have integrity and they think like you do, then give them their due time and attention. But if their values conflict with yours, be careful. Show me the 3 people that you spend most of your time with, and I'll tell you who you are. These thoughts will bleed through, they will influence you, and they will alter your thinking on some level. So try to stick with people of high values and principles just like you. In fact, if they can be a little bit better than you, which direction are you going to go? You're going to continue to improve, right? So look for people who are better than you in each area of life, whatever that may be, whatever you need to focus on as you continue to grow your HVAC business and the life that it provides for you. Not a life of enslavement to a business working long hours, but a life to commitment to something bigger than you, in which you attract other people who are part of that, so that all of you can share this and all of you can have a balanced life and literally go home at a decent hour and interact with your family and your community, whatever it is you decide to do. The world's kind of crazy right now. Don't let it distract you. Stay on target, know your values, know your truth, know your path, and don't deviate from that because somebody is making a bunch of money or having a bunch of success. A lot of these stories have just out and out been exaggerated. So keep that in mind. Pete Ramsey, HVAC Greatness. Keep your chin up. Keep studying. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the right voices coming into your head and block the wrong ones. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.